It's 2024, guys, so let's start it with a bang. 3 guys the Mets can sign in 2024. This is all things Mets. We're your latest Mets media. Everything you know about the Mets on this channel, definitely do me a favor. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into today's video, and that is going to be 3 guys the Mets can sign, and one of them is going to be JD Martinez. In 2024, the Mets need help in the DH spot, and the Mets have reportedly have interest in JD Martinez, one of the top DH candidates out there right now. In 2023, he had a batting average of 271, hit 33 home runs, had over 100 RBIs. This guy is 36 years old, yes, but still, this guy has value. This guy has power. This guy, is a run producer, and the Mets need that in their lineup, badly. So I definitely think JD Martinez is, worth, signing for a year or two. I know he's 36 years old and the age is not, not so great, but if he can hit you 33 home runs, or 30 home runs plus and get you 100 RBIs, I'm sure, we would want that in the lineup. Definitely Pete Alonso needs protection, and JD Martinez looks to be, maybe a candidate for that. So I definitely think JD Martinez is why not try to get this guy? I know that the Mets, have interest also, in some other players as well, but when you think of a DH candidate as JD Martinez, this is a guy that, 36 years old, but he can still hit you some home runs. He still has power. He still can be a run producer, and over 100 RBIs, I'll take it for sure. Let's get into the second free agent that the Mets can possibly sign in 2024, and that is Gio Shera. Gio Shera, former Yankee, was with the Angels last year, had a batting average of 299, 2 home runs, a guy that can, play third base for you, a guy that can, be in the infield, as a utility man. And I know that the Mets have a utility man with Joey Wendell as well. But Gio Shera, you don't know what Brett Baty is going to be in 2024. You don't know how he's going to handle the position of third base. With the Ronnie Mauricio injury, obviously, we know that Brett Baty is probably going to be the third baseman going into 2024. So I love Brett Baty. I love what he brings to the table. I really don't want to give up on Brett Baty just yet. I definitely think Brett Baty has a lot of talent. He just hasn't lived up to it yet. I really think this is a make or break year in 2024 for him. This is make or break because, but the Mets have interest in, Gio Shera, and, possibly is going to be like a backup, a guy that can, be in the infield, a guy that can, be on the bench. But that batting average of 299, that's a really attractive batting average right there because, you want a guy, obviously he doesn't have a lot of power, but he only hit 2 home runs in 2023. But he could be a good hitter. Why not? If Brett Baty struggles or he doesn't handle the position the right way, then Gio Shera, if the Mets pick him up, they can, put him out there. And I really think this is, a backup scenario, really the only backup scenario that there really is, in free agency right now. I don't see them signing Matt Chapman. I really don't see that. So maybe going for a guy like Gio Shera makes sense. A really good defender. I love him. I love him as a defender. But a hitter, that 299 batting average really surprised me. So he's a good hitter. Doesn't have a lot of power. But if Brett Baty struggles, why not go after this guy? So, yeah, I definitely think Gio Shera is a guy that the Mets could possibly sign. Now let's get into another candidate, and that is a pitching candidate. Mike Clevinger, 33-year-old pitcher, was with the White Sox last year. This guy went 9-9 with a 3.77 ERA. So the Mets need pitching. The Mets need pitching really, really, really bad. They only really have Luis Severino, Adrian Hauser, Senga, Quintana, Tyler McGill in the rotation. Not the most attractive rotation in general. And the news with Luis Giolito, not signing with the Mets and signing with the Boston Red Sox. So it looks like the Mets need pitching, and the Mets need to go after, somebody. And definitely this guy can be, maybe he could be a good pitcher for the Mets in 2024. He went 9-9, but he did have a ERA, under 4. So it's worth looking at. A guy that's 33 years old, it's worth looking at. I definitely think that the Mets should consider this guy. He's had some injuries in the past as well, but Mike Clevenger in 2023, he pitched in 24 games. He was healthy. So why not go after a guy like Mike Clevenger? The Mets need pitching bad. After losing out on Yamamoto, after losing out on Giolito, the Mets need some type of pitching. And, you can get all the pitching you want and still not have enough pitching. So definitely this guy is a guy that the Mets should look for, in 2024 to look to sign. I really think these three candidates, guys, the Mets should be interested in these guys. I already know that the Mets are interested in JD Martinez. Obviously, we know why, because of his talent, what he brings to the table. Gio Shera, it makes sense for the Mets just because of a backup option for Brett Baty. But just in general, Mike Clevenger also makes sense for the Mets because after losing out on pitching, the Mets need pitching. And like I said, you can't get enough pitching in the major leagues. We know, obviously, watching baseball, we know that injuries can happen. We've seen in the previous years with the Mets injuries, with the Mets pitchers, anybody can go down at any time. It's a long season. So why not, go after a guy like Mike Clevenger? Those are the three players I think that the Mets can sign in 2024. That's going to be the video. Let me know what you guys think about, these guys. Would you want JD Martinez in the lineup, in 2024 with the New York Mets? Would you want Gio Shera as a backup option for Brett Baty? Or maybe you want him as the front option. Maybe you don't want Baty as the option, but I really think Brett Baty is going to be the guy, to play third base in 2024, at least starting. And I think he will get that shot. And Mark Vientos is also a guy that can possibly get a shot. But what Dave Stearns, literally said, he said he sees Mark Vientos as a bat first guy. So I don't really see Mark Vientos getting that third base, spot. But you never know. You really never know. But Gio Shera is worth looking at. Let me know what you guys think about Gio Shera. Would you want him as an option, a front option or a backup option? And Mike Clevenger, what do you guys think about Mike Clevenger? Because, do you want Mike Clevenger or maybe you want another pitcher? Because I definitely think this guy, is worth looking at some point, So yeah, that's going to be the video. If you enjoyed, definitely do me a favor, leave a like, comment, subscribe. 2024 is going to be a great year for us. I'm definitely going to have more consistent videos for you guys. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for watching the videos always. We're close to 800 subscribers. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it flowing. LFGM for life for sure. 2024 is going to be a big year for us. So yeah, man, definitely got more streams on the way. I got more videos on the way. And stay tuned. Always keeping you guys on the latest on what's going on with the New York Mets. So yeah, guys, I'm out of here. I love you guys. Stay blessed.